Welcome to episode 2, season 2 of the Epic Stories. It's Bobby back, your guest David here.
Hello.
And before we start this episode, this is actually going to be our first podcast in an office. This is an office in my apartment complex. I thought this would be a good quiet place because, a lot of people could do podcasts in offices, especially the office in their homes. But anyways, let's get into the episode. And today's story time we have for y'all is about a student, specifically a high school student. This girl that threw her shoe at a teacher. Let me guess, because she didn't like the subject the teacher's talking about, and and she had to be told that she has to listen. Dude, do you think that gives you an excuse to throw shoes at your teacher? Absolutely not, because...
No, there's no excuse for throwing a shoe at someone.
Oh, yeah, especially there.
Unless it's someone that it's in self-defense. You could throw your shoe at someone in self-defense.
Oh, yeah, but other than that, there's no other reason to do that.
If that's the only thing you have to defend yourself.
And, yeah, so basically this teacher, I think we'll just call it general teacher. So she was teaching all her students subjects. This African American teacher was teaching her students a subject to her students right on the board, and all of a sudden someone's shoe hit the board. So she was literally like taking a marker, writing stuff on the board as she talks, and all of a sudden something hits her board, and she looks on the floor and she sees someone's shoe, and she's like, who threw the shoe? Who threw the shoe? And then she had to and that ended up getting the resource officers involved because of it was assault kind of stuff, she waited for the resource officer to come. She asked the students, which one of you back there threw the shoe at me? Was it you? Who was it? You, girl in the white shirt, did you throw the shoe?
Everybody line up. Let me smell your fingers.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Whoever's finger matches the smell of the shoe, it was you.
And let me look at your shoes. Let me go look at your shoes, girl. And then...
Who's missing a shoe? A kid would just be missing a shoe, or did she have an extra shoe in her backpack?
No, she had... Shoe off? No, they found she actually took her shoe off.
Oh my goodness.
And then as soon as they got up to this girl, she was missing. She was only wearing one shoe, and she looked at the other shoe, and that's the same shoe, and that was the same shoe.
Well, it's easy to figure out.
The same shoe that she had thrown. So there was nobody, and she looked at everybody else, and there was nobody. Nobody was wearing the same shoe as this girl. So truly it was her. So after finding the evidence that she threw the shoe, the resource police officers came, the school police, a school police officer came in and asked this girl, hey, did you throw the shoe, yes or no? And this girl asked, did you figure it out? And the officer asked again. The officer asked again, did you throw the shoe, yes or no? Did you? Yes? I want a yes or no. I don't want to hear any lies. And she says, yes, and then And then after that, the resource officer escorts her out of the classroom, and She probably went to jail because that's an assault charge right there. That's a felony assault charge right there. You're not supposed to throw anything at people unless you're doing it for self defense. So David is throwing a book. So David is maybe throwing a book at the teacher. If is maybe throwing a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book at the teacher any different than throwing a shoe at the teacher?
No, I'd say they're similar in the trouble you're gonna be in. A shoe or a book. If the book, what kind of book is it?
If it's a Diary of a Wimpy Kid, hard luck book in a soft
That
material.
can cause an injury.
That would be with a hard material. A soft material book.
Depending on the book, the severity of the trouble you're gonna get in will change for sure.
Yeah. if you just throw a book of the soft material at the teacher, you're gonna get in mild. You're just gonna go to the principal's office. But if you throw but the harder the book is that you throw at the teacher, anybody throw at the teacher, you're getting more than just a trip to the principal's office.
That's right.
You're getting a felony charge by the school police officer, and what kind of, I don't know, school kids are just stupid these days. My mom used to work in a school. Back in the day, my mom worked in a school, and she had to deal with a lot of students throwing things, getting in trouble with not just the principal but also the police. There's even one time that mom worked at Pueblo del Sol, I believe, and one of her students was calling the principal daddy.
That could be inappropriate.
What? Why would you call your principal after your parents?
Who was calling the principal daddy? A boy or girl?
I think it was a boy. We don't know the student for sure.
How old was he?
I think it was at a high school. So
yeah, that's weird behavior.
Yeah. Anyways, about the shoe throwing incident or prankster throwing incident, we're gonna start with Native American, and we're doing the intercom edition for this podcast. Hey, attention students! If you can't find the book, that's no reason to throw your Diary of a Wimpy Kid books at the teacher nor anybody else anywhere else. You do not get to throw books, shoes, hats, or any belongings at your teacher for no reason at all. Your turn.
Attention students, this is your principal speaking. As much as you'd like to sometimes, we must, as a whole, refrain from throwing objects at our teachers. We should not be throwing pens, pencils, water bottles, iPads, laptops, shoes, especially shoes. We just received word we had an incident where a student threw a shoe at a teacher, and that's really not appropriate. So we need to refrain from throwing various objects at our teachers, or you will be sent out of class, and if there is injury, you might be charged with a crime, and the police officers will come and take you to jail.
That was a fun one for the accents. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's continue. Attention students. Attention students. If you're grabbing a book from the library, it cannot have bad words. If you see a book with bad words, we're gonna take it. Or if you see a book with bad words such as if asterisk K, we're gonna take it away from you, and we're gonna get a hold of this book for a week. Your turn.
So the principals make an announcement about swear words in books?
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
Attention students, if anyone checks out a book with any swear words such as S asterisk asterisk T or D asterisk asterisk N or F asterisk asterisk K, we remind you to please let the teacher know, as we do not want any books with any swear words in our library. So if you find a book with swear words, do not laugh and show your friends. Please let the teacher know so we can throw it in the swear word book pile to be burned.
All right. That was it. Okay. Accent number 2, we're gonna do African American. Hey, attention students. There ain't no excuse of throwing objects at the teacher. You should be throwing iPhones, iPads, books, your Darfur Kid books. If I see you throwing any of those, if I see you doing any of those, I'm gonna take them away from you and call the resource officer and have you escorted out. Your turn.
Hey, yo, students. Hey, if you guys are reading a book and you come across some swear words, please let your teacher know so we can get rid of that book. That is all. Thank you.
All right. All right. Guys, we have another one for you. Hey, attention students. What we tell you about throwing your Darfur Kid books at the teacher, and your iPads or iPhones or any single object that shows to the teacher. Your turn.
Hey, students, this is your principal speaking. Don't be throwing books or shoes or pens or iPads or any objects at your teachers. Thank you. That's all.
If there is an injury, we will send the police officer to talk to you about throwing objects at the teacher, and you will be escorted out of the classroom, and you will be taken to the court, and you will be speaking to the judge, and the judge is going to say, "Hey, you're guilty. You're going to have to go to jail for 30 days. Your turn."
Hey, if anybody's thinking about throwing any objects at the teacher, just remember that that is a crime, and we're going to call the police, and they're going to come down and talk to you, and they're going to take you out of the school, and they're going to put you in the cop car, and they're going to take you to a holding cell, and then you're going to talk to a judge, and that judge is going to be like, "Hey, did you throw a book at a teacher? That ain't cool. Guilty."
Oh, okay, it's Mexican accent time.
Ay.
All right. So, back to throwing books or whatever to the teacher. We're gonna talk about the Darfur Kid books, and we're gonna pretend that a kid that goes by Miss Prankster, since this was a girl who threw a shoe at a teacher. And what happens when they do that? Okay. Hey, Miss Prankster, what do we tell you about throwing your Darfur Kid book at the teacher? It's not nice. Your turn.
Hey, like Miss Prankster lady, you can't be throwing books or shoes or pens or iPads or pencils or computers or paper airplanes. You can't throw anything at our teachers because that is not nice. And we don't want to have to call the police if there's an injury. and take you to jail. We love all our students here, so please be nice to our teachers. We especially love our teachers too, so don't be throwing shoes at the teacher. I'm talking to you, Miss Prankster.
All right, here we go. Hey, Miss Prankster, why do we talk to you about throwing books in the library? This is not some This is not some. This is not some club, or this is not some throwing things club or whatever or whatsoever. These are books. These are not. These are not toys to be thrown around, or basketballs to be thrown around. And your turn.
Attention, students. If you want to throw something, wait until you're out of the classroom, perhaps in PE. You can throw a ball, you can throw a football, you could throw a volleyball, a soccer ball. There's lots of stuff you can throw, but wait till you go to PE to throw the ball. Don't be throwing books at the teachers.
All right, now time for how the teachers would react when they get hit by an object. So it's this one. A coach talking and getting the students to line up, and all of a sudden a book hits them. All right, everybody, line up. What? Aye, that is painful. Who would ever do this? And hey, whoever did this is not okay. Hey, aye, that was painful. Your turn.
What is the accent of the teacher?
Mexican.
Mexican. Ay, caramba. Why do you throw a book at me? That's not nice. Get out of my classroom. Go to the principal's office. Who threw this book? That hurt. I do not like when people throw books at me. Ay.
All right, we're gonna go back to African American for this one, but it's this time a homeroom teacher writing a homeroom teacher writing guessing games on the board, and all of a sudden a dire for wimpy kid reader's book hits them and say, oh, come, and then another book hits them, and another book hits them, and then goes, oh my God, ouch, that's painful. Oh, please, whoever did it, stop it, or I'm gonna call the principal, or I'm calling the principal, and you're going to lunch detention, ouch. Your turn.
Hey, whoa, who's throwing books at me? Hey, that is enough. Stop, ow, hey, stop throwing books. I see you throwing books at me. Oh, ow, hey, whoa. Hey, this is too many books, man. Who's gonna help me pick all these books up, man? You guys all gotta go out of this classroom and go talk to the principal. I can't be getting books thrown at me all day. This isn't what I signed up for.
All right. What about footballs hitting the teacher? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I hope you have fun. Okay. I hope you have fun in the football game and PE today. Have a good day. Who threw this football at me? Oh my! Not against stuff. Ouch. Your turn.
What accent are we doing on this one?
We're still doing African American.
So anyways, class, this is how you do this problem. Hey, was that a football? Who's throwing footballs in the classroom? Get out of here with that nonsense. If you want to throw football, you wait till you can sign up for the football team and go to tryouts, and you could throw it and maybe get on the team and throw the football at practice. Maybe you'll be a starting position. You could throw the football. You could be the quarterback. But don't be throwing balls at me in the class. That's nice, man. Don't be throwing footballs at me.
All right. How about Water Day? All right. Okay, class. Today is Water Day. Today's Water Day, and today's also the last day of school. So I expect you to be on your best behavior. No running, no pushing, no hitting.
Did you say Water Day?
Yeah, Water Day.
What's Water Day?
It's usually in May in this case.
I have
And
no idea what that is.
So like it's a day where kids will be grabbing hoses and spraying each other.
Oh, you play with water at school. Awesome.
Yeah. So like the teacher's talking. Okay, class, have fun in water day. Remember the rules. Have fun. I'm wet. Oh my God, who did this? Oh my God, who did this to me? I'm gonna go. I just want one fun water day. I just want 1 hour water day, please. Oh my God, I'm all soaked. I'm gonna have to go. I'm going to the principal and telling whoever squirt and telling them about whoever squirt me. I'm gonna have to get the school clothes now. I don't have time to go home. Oh my God, I'm so wet. Your turn.
Okay, is this in the classroom?
No,
Someone
this
brought
is
a
out.
hose?
No, this is No, this is outside in the water. No, this is outside in the field.
Ah. It's a teacher though?
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with him getting squirted with water?
Well, they don't like. It's their normal clothes, and they don't have any extra clothes with them.
Ah. Okay. Hey, stop spraying me with water. Does it look like I want to be sprayed with water? Am I wearing a swim trunks? No, I'm wearing a nice khakis and a nice button-up shirt. So don't be throwing water all over me.
All right. How about like this? All right. Are you students? Are you having fun in the water? Hey! I'm all wet. So who's squirting water at me? Ah! Your turn.
Well, Bobby, we gotta get out of here. It's 15 minutes to closing. The office is gonna close.
Yeah. Well, let's do. Yeah, we're doing one more. We're doing one more accent impression.
All right, what
then
is
we're
it?
out of here.
Last one.
Bro, hey, who's crying me? I'm all wet. This is not my swim trunks. This is my regular clothes. Now I'm gonna have to go home and change. Your turn.
Hey, who's squirting me? Stop squirting me. I'm all wet, man. Now I gotta who's got a towel? Anybody got a towel? I'm all wet. I need to dry off. I gotta go home. I don't want to be all wet at work. I want to go home now.
All right. So since the office is closing, before we end this episode, I hope you had fun listening to this episode. Listen to this funny episode. I hope. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on Spotify, feel free to add this to your library. Want to say something, David? Want to say bye?
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This is until the next episode. Is your guy Bobby signing off.